Welcome everyone to another episode of LANCESCURV Live. We're a little laid back today because I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't get any sleep last night. I was like that song from way back in the days. Last night, I couldn't get to sleep at all, but I would never not do our show on Friday. We had some business to take care of, and I'm happy to say we did a little walk and talk that's really, really different. And it's rendering now, but it's so big that it's gonna, because it's a video file, and it'll be ready by tomorrow around noon, I'd say, maybe a little earlier, noon for me, which maybe, I'll make it around noon where it goes up tomorrow, right? It's laid back and it's in live time. It's not something that is edited to just be super exciting. It's something you can kick back and relax and feel as though you're hanging out with us. Not that we're like the best people in the world or anything, like we're celebrities or anything, but you know, for us to be in Ghana and to, before I say anything more, sound check everybody. I think I have everything set up. Just let me know if you could hear the sound. You know, I'm going to type it in because if there is a sound problem, you know, you won't be able to hear me, but I think we have everything set up. We have 15 people thus far, and just let me know if the sound is pretty good because we have everything set up. But I was so tired. I came in and we took care of business. We did our walk and talk. I can't believe I held the camera up for the little time that we had. We have a lot of variety there. Like I said, it was no goal with the video. It's just, hey, this is us going through our day, and we're just bringing you along with us. I don't know if you ever had the experience of, you know, when you're a child or somebody young and, you know, you're home and there were maybe a friend of yours that was your age, say you're 8 years old, and the parents said, hey, you know, do you want to come along, you know, have your child come along with us? And you're the child and you're glad to go with your friend because now you're going with their parents and you're kind of hanging out with them, and it's taking you away from your reality. Again, let me know if if you can hear the sound. I know some folks are here so far. Just put something in it. Let me hear. Okay, loud and clear. Had Not and Sons. It's been a long time, brother. Let me know, you know, whenever you want to come on. This is laid back, and I don't have my usual aggressive energy, which even that is aggressive. And this is laid back. Just want to say we're all going to be speaking about taking care of our health. This is a conversation that me and Mrs. SCURV have. She's right here with us. She will be speaking with us all the time. Different aspects, and there's things that I discovered and found out in recent months that has changed my course slightly, but I'm researching things and I will tell you why. But getting to that point, also I want to address, I don't even have that much of a charge on this phone, which I don't need it that much right now, but I'll plug up my internet again. Just give me a second, and it's going to be a very interesting show. And hopefully, not that we're scholars, but we're on a journey of always learning. And like we promised this week past, that we're going to show some footage up at the house and the yard and everything. But I do promise that this week I will go up and do a little 2 or 3 hours worth of footage and let Miss SCURV do a thing. I do promise that. I can't say Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, but it'll be before we get to this point next week. Master Glab, yes, you're starting to fast soon. That's great. Wow, that's right. I like that comment you said. I won't even say anything, you know, but we understand how important the sun is to hit us on every part of our body. That's all I'll say, right? Let me get to this comment, and I want to say a few more things. Yeah, so the walk and talk was just, but they're so long, and you understand that, like when you like audio, when you do an audio file, there's nothing to it, small size. When you do a video file, it's so much, it's so much bigger size that it takes a long time to kind of smash everything together. So that's what takes so long, and I'll make it well worth it. And I would definitely, if we go out tomorrow and do something, I'll do, whether it's long or short, there's not always going to be an hour long or an hour and a half, whatever. It may be something 20 minutes long, but it's just like pretty much using the scraps and using leftovers to make a meal, and there was some footage there, I have to say, ahead of time toward the end, where I put Mrs. Scurv there, and we were talking to a dear friend. I don't know if she wants to put a name out there. I'll leave it at that. But we went to this resort and we were just talking. And it was nothing big, but the sound, she was getting down to the conversation, but the wire didn't make a connection. So there was no audio. But I didn't want to, it was so beautiful in that place. I put some music behind it and let it play for a couple of minutes. So those are the things we'll be doing, because there's a lot of footage that I get sometime that I can't use. It may be something wrong with it or whatever. But whatever we have, we'll use our scraps and keep it entertaining to show you our journey. See, when we first got here, there was a lot of expectations to share the journey completely, but we had to deal with a few obstacles that have been smashed and defeated right now. So everything is wide open now, and we're going to pick up from where we left off. We're going to shine, and we're going to share our life as you expected. You understand? Because, you have a lot of folks that don't want to see you succeed, that don't want to see you shine because maybe they feel they're not confident enough to do it themselves. That's on them. I know what I can do, and we haven't even touched 20% of our potential, and we're gonna make you feel like you're here. And if there's any questions about Ghana, now I don't know a lot about Ghana. I've been here and pretty much isolated, but I'll learn as I go, and whatever I learn, I'll share. I'm not the expert on Ghana. I'm not going to try to even portray that. I'm not going to even throw off on anybody, but there are a lot of YouTubers out there that try to make it seem like, yes, I know everything. No, I'm going to admit that I don't know everything, but that's the beauty of it, because the thing is that we will learn together. I'll hold your hand, Mr. Scurv will hold your hand, and we'll learn together as we go. And anything we don't know, we're not going to make it up or whatever. We will go to the source. You see, we'll go to the source and make sure we find out all the information that we need, because there are a lot of people who are coming out here and they want to know. And the walk and talks that we do will show you just visually the feel of it, so there's no culture shock. Because when I look at some of the content across the board from different YouTubers, it's like a whole different world. You'll see clubs and you'll see restaurants and fancy stuff, but who's going to show you something just walking down the street for like 2 hours and talking? I'm not saying we're better, because we're going to do those things also. I want to interview people that have businesses, but I want to give a well-rounded type of situation, instead of saying or showing something that everything is glowing and perfect. And for me, I could say not glowing and perfect, but quiet the way I like. But we all have a different way of living. So hopefully in there, what we offer is a variety, but I don't want to get repetitious, because there are places that we go all the time, and I just don't want to show the one place. But we'll always come a couple times a week with something. If Mrs. Scurv is busy up on the property doing her yard, I'll go out for a couple hours, during the schedule and do the thing. But this week coming in, we do promise Mrs. Scurv up on the property, up on the house as we go along. We're not going to show everything inside the house, but we will show the outside and maybe certain key areas as we go along, and to show you how things are developed. But we have overcome so much, and we're poised right now, poised right now to really smash it. And there's a lot of marketing that I'm going to do. There's a lot of presentation and repackaging that I'm going to do. It's not fake. It's just showing everything. You know what I mean? Showing everything. And I don't mean everything, but just giving you what our potential is all about. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who hung in there with us, because we went through a lot of things, as you heard on the other show. And even more than that, a lot of folks that rode with us, turned out to be frauds and worked against us and tried. And I don't do drama, but you can read between the lines, and most people know what's going on anyway, even if they don't say anything. So I'm putting that behind me. Mr. Scurv is putting that behind us. And like I said, you roll with us, we're going to produce and we're going to share. And I just thank you for all your support and the emails and the text messages and the different things. even though we didn't reveal everything, you kind of understood and you roll with us that way. And I'm so happy. Now we had shared with us or with everybody some of our experiences, and one of them was when we had the break-in, and Mrs. Scurv had her bag taken, right? Y'all never knew about that, and that's not going to smash us and make us not move forward. I'm going through the comments now. I didn't even see this many. Like I said, I didn't get any sleep last night. I usually show my face on the shows, but I don't want to scare anybody from watching. I look a mess. I didn't sleep when we came in. It was a bright sun. We came in and it was like, whew. I laid down and didn't realize, Mrs. Scurv let me sleep, but a mosquito got near my ear and woke me up. And I've been up ever since. And we made a little banner and I said, okay, we'll do that. But, tomorrow at some point I will go live. At some point, I don't know what time, but I'm just going to keep the content coming. You didn't see any rooftops today. Tracy J, thank you so much for the suggestion for the title. That will be my title for my rooftop tomorrow. And if it's not a rooftop, if it happens to be raining, then, we'll do something inside. But the content will flow. But today I didn't do anything earlier because I was tired. I was beat down. And I even sound different right now. I'm listening to myself, right? Okay, I want to make a comment, and this is not to come at the person, but this will be something that we do every day, for the good comments. And I also want to thank the Cash Apps that came in. I want to get the names right. Okay, I'm not on that particular page right now, but it was a lukewarm. At first, I thought it was something of an attack. I'm not going to lie. Marsha the Herbalist. Yes, if you're listening, this is not an attack on you, but I want to just let everybody know that your comments are read, and I will read them if they're respectful. If they're disrespectful, straight up disrespectful, I'm deleting them, delete and block. But if you disagree with anything, I will leave them, because this is how we grow. We grow by a healthy dialogue. Here in this platform, I'm not into the pissing contest. I don't do that because I have a lot to learn and I have a lot to grow with, even at my grand old age of almost 60 years old. I'm a growing young boy. I wouldn't say that around the cracker, you know what I mean? But I'm saying that around my family. Okay, now, Marsha the Herbalist, this is not an attack because you did say some wonderful things, but I want to clarify, because a lot of people would read the comment and not listen to the show and think that I'm of a certain mindset, or Mrs. Scurv is of a certain mindset. So what she said is about 14 hours ago about the bag being taken off the property by that young man who stole it, and he got 4 years in prison. He got 4 years in prison for coming onto the property, because we don't have it walled off yet. And this is the importance of keeping them barriers up. When she wasn't looking, because she was doing work up there, he ran off with the bag and ran down into lower behind our property there's a stream down there, and there's a lot of land down there, and there's a lot of snakes down there too. I don't know how he did it. He threw all of her stuff down, took the money, this is just to refresh, took the cell phones, left all the important things, her credit cards and everything. This guy, he just took what he could take. He took the Ghanaian money and left a little bit of American currency that was there. So he was apprehended pretty quick, and he was locked up, and the police stressed, listen, the police, and I'm saying all this before I read the comment, the police said, no. I said at first, I said, listen, he took the little bit of money. We don't need to press charges. Listen, we don't need to press charges. We got our stuff back for the most part. She has her phones back, the permits for the building and everything back. Let it go. Because, look, the guy was a young guy, 19 years old. And it wasn't like it was $1 million that he took, but he did take a sizable amount of money that she had with him. So, because when she goes up, there may be something she may have to buy, concrete, pay off somebody, because pretty much Mrs. Scurv is the construction site foreman for the house being built. I helped a little by designing the house, but she's the one. If the woman and the wife is not happy, and plus with her background, observing and being around a lot of construction in Jamaica, she's much better than me. And plus, men respond to a woman who has that backbone. I'm a little nice guy, but then when my fuse is burned, I get mad and crazy, and I'd probably run them all off the property. But anyway, that's that. We didn't have any venom to lock this guy up, right? It happened on a Monday. Then they insisted that the police insisted, because he had a little history of doing slight little things like that. It's a village up in the mountains. It's not the big city, but they take crime very serious. And the mentality was, we're coming here from America to build. It was almost like an insult, even more like, you don't touch them people. Not that we're better than anybody else who's here, but that's bad press if we start talking about things that happen to us, which is a very peaceful place, and petty things may happen, but most of the people, they will bring you the stuff back, you know, or they're not going to steal. They'll ask you, they say, hey, listen, I'm hungry. Some may try to hustle you, but that's to be expected, because the mentality is that when you come from America or from the West, that you have lots of money. Because if you can come here and build where maybe they can't build as fast, it's like, oh my God, you know, you got money. Yeah, you got to have some money, right? But they don't understand blue collar, upper class, lower class. And I'm a blue collar guy, worked all my life, my wife the same way. And we took what we had to come here to build where it's a little easier. Okay, here is the comment from Marsha, the herbalist. You can't slip and leave bags unattended in any country. I'm going to read more. I'm going to just say this. Of course, but this was on our property. And this is way up in the mountains. And so you should have the right to do so. And we know that you're not going to put your jewelry box on the curb and expect it to be there in the morning. Of course, and granted. But you see a woman working in her garden, working in her yard. You already work and you're working on the house next door. But the people who are over you, who are employing you, are not there. So you came there for the purpose of stealing, because you know that nobody was living in that house next door. And you came there and act like you were watering plants. You came there for an opportunistic opportunity. You're 19 years old. I understand, you know, the economy is bad, but the main thing you do, you take stuff and you just go for the phones, take pictures in the phones and want to style with the phones. And you're not even saying, hey, you know, can I help you for the day for a little bit of money? See, he ended up in prison for 4 years, merely for taking the bag. You threw the stuff down. Even we weren't pissed about it. And I'm saying this because of the rest of the statement. Let me read that. I agree that many are very subservient, but don't be fooled. They are not slow. This is poverty driven. I didn't say anybody was slow, but there may be technically a high level of illiteracy to a certain point on different levels. And that will prevent you from having a little bit of knowledge to do some work. But even if I've known people who don't even know how to read or write, but they're motivated to do better and they're going to do their work. We look at a lot of people who come from other countries, like say, for example, and I'm not on the Chinese jock, but I'm using an example. There's a guy there's a family in Queens, New York, and there's a lot of families like this who are from China, where the person opening up the business doesn't speak a lick of English. And they open up their fruit markets and their fruit stands, but they have the children working in there who have gone to school and know English. So they're setting them up while they work in the back, chopping up the vegetables. When the kids talk to the people with the orders and everything like that, but the parents came with the money that they had saved up all their lives, and they work together as a family. So it can be done even if you don't know anything. So of course it can be poverty driven, but it doesn't stop you from formulating a plan and working hard and serving a need in the community that needs to be served. Okay, so she says again, you guys really sent the man to jail. She obviously didn't listen to the story. We sent him to jail? No, he sent himself to jail. He got caught. We were trying to not press any charges. You didn't hear the story right. We weren't trying to press any charges. We're not coming here thinking we're better than anybody and, oh, no, you need to go because you did. We understand how things are. Unless it's a rape or some type of assault or some type of really, really bad thing, there's so many bad things that we can say, right? We're not going to do that. We know people, our brothers and sisters here, have it tough. But she says here, you really sent the man to jail. No, we didn't. Wow, because you left your bags unattended 4 whole years. The people here, the police here stressed that. We debated with them. We pleaded with them. We just wanted to get our stuff back. He spent the money. We wanted to get the phones back. Everything was there, you know, and he threw the bag behind the property way down. If the police didn't search all back there, we would have never found it. Credit cards, her IDs, her residency card, all that stuff that's important that we needed. So instead of saying, wow, because you left your bags unattended 4 whole years, he put himself at risk. What are we supposed to do? Just come and let everybody just take, oh, here, take what little money we have here. We're going to feed the village. Look, we're not at that level. I want to be at that level through businesses of things that I start and earn. And like I said, with the donations that we're given, it has helped us out tremendously. But I will never take or manipulate anybody. And then they say, don't bring your American mentality here. This is Africa. So you're saying that we're not supposed to, folks here are not supposed to respect you, honor you, show you some respect? We could reciprocate by saying, hey, let's work along together. We need to have this done. We need to have that done. We can give you this. It's better than nothing. But now that shows that there's some type of venom. Don't bring your American mentality here. Number one, if you follow the LANCESCURV show over the years, you understand that I do not, and Mr. Scurv does not have the stereotypical American mentality. If I had the American mentality, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't get along here like I do. Where this apartment is that we dwell in, I get along with everybody up and down the street. You've seen little short videos, and I'll be showing you even more. People, when we took a little walk and talk around there, people blocks away, a mile or two away. Hey, I know you. You're the guy that's on the roof. You're the guy here. I follow you, whatever. Come on now. Maybe don't bring your American mentality here. It seems as though you have a predisposition for some reason, and there is sometimes resentment. And we're going to get on with the taking care of our health. I just want to clear this out because some of these things can be misconstrued in the comments section, and people will run with it. And I'm going to smash down every bit of gossip, every bit of slanted comments. And I'm not touchy. I'm not butthurt over it. I have thin skin. I've been dealing with this all my life, and I can handle it. But sometimes things get out of hand. Opportunists roam. Have you not seen the economy? I am sorry to hear your things were stolen. You need to make sure the real locals know you. You have to invest in them in the community, and they will always have your back. I believe in that. Yes, I do. Don't paint me as somebody coming from America who's isolated. I had a couple people whispering in my ear when I got here who were in my inner circle. Oh, yeah, you can't build a bigger house because the African people here are not going to like it. And then what? So I got to limit myself? No, it's crazy because everywhere we go, the people love us. I'm surprised that when Mrs. Scurv goes out on the main road from this apartment to take the Trocho up, that the vans know her. They know her stop. I feel good about that because they know me too, and she's in good hands. You understand? The locals, what are we going to live here in a bubble? No. But one thing I won't do is get taken advantage of. And if you are a person who is able-bodied, you understand? Then, hey, we can do certain things. There's certain ideas that I have for businesses that can help some of the people here, but we cannot save everybody. You've got to also be willing to work and sacrifice, because even though we're from America, you got to understand that if you're not from there, you don't understand there how it goes. It is tough for me to be a black man to reach almost the age of 60 years old and not be locked up, not be drugged out, not be mentally stressed, which, yes, sometimes I do get mentally stressed. Today was not a good day for me. I was tired. I had things on my mind, and I had a weight on me, but it's nothing that I don't deal with all the time. When you're looking to be motivated in this world, it's easy to sit down and do nothing. When you look to be motivated, you pull the covers off of those who are not motivated. And a lot of time they won't like you because they'll feel that you're showing them up. You're doing too much. You need to stop. You're not in America no more. You need to live your best life. My best life is not being a bum sitting on the back porch staring off into space drunk full of weed. I'm telling you, I have ambition. And when you have ambition and motivation, it's a blessing. I'm not saying it's a curse like I'm saying it's a curse, but it could be a curse because people come at you because you're motivated, and they don't like that because you're showing me up on what I'm not doing. And so when you make comments like that, it throws off the wrong idea about bringing your American mentality. Like I'm somebody, I embrace the people here. They are part of my ancestry. But if some might be lazy, I have to call it out. If some are motivated, I applaud it because there's a lot of motivated brothers and sisters here who are making it. And I would not want to have the stress of this type of economy over me. But then again, remember, I worked hard on my life. Even a little bit of stuff that you see that I've done on the internet for the last 22 years, that's a small snippet of my work ethic. That's what I pride myself in. I pride myself. I'm not bragging. People who are bums, I'm not saying anybody here in Africa, in Ghana, just general. People who are non-motivated bums will not like you when you are motivated. They will, but they will be there to stretch their hand out. That goes for anybody in any country, in any race. Okay, here we go again now. If you don't have the right links and contacts, people will hustle you, even in the UK, America. But that's why I make sure, because that word there, links, like I need somebody else to show me something. I will find it out myself. Lots of times, no matter where you are, I have been hustled in America. I have been used in America, and it's a lot less. At least it's obvious and honest out here, right? Driving the dollar van, I've had a gun put to my head twice. You understand? I don't know if the guy was going to pull the trigger, but he hustled me, right? So I've been through things. I've been through things that most people can even mentally endure. I'm not a woman that was raped, but I have been raped on certain levels mentally in America. So I'm still healing up from certain things. That's why I just want to live peaceful. And I find that this is a wonderful place to come and live peaceful, right? The system in Ghana, and this is her again, the system in Ghana is failing the Ghanaians, and the economy is crazy. So it's understandable if people want to leave to countries which have better economy, government, basic jobs, and pay less than 100 per month, like pounds. Okay, since you showed that about pounds, that's probably where you live or you have a connection here. The water gets cut off, electric gets cut off, networks fail, sanitation poor. It's easy to try and run away from something that is falling or failing you. I will tell you this, and that's the end of that comment. She made some favorable comments on things that I said, but I just want to say I wanted to clear that up. It wasn't an attack on her, but here's another one from a spirit traveler. She said, oh, they sent that guy to jail. We did not authorize or condone. I said, basically, we don't need to send him away. I didn't even know that it was so strict. I thought they were going to say, hey, probation, it's a different system here, or a month or whatever. But 4 years, I don't understand that. We weren't behind it at all. We did not want to go. I didn't want to go to no court and sit there. And it was a long time we were sitting there, and they took it very, very serious. They picked it up. It's like when you have a case in the United States and you say, drop the charges. And the state says, no, we're picking up this case and we're going to prosecute based on the information that we have. That was a situation where it was here. You understand? So we didn't think it was that serious, but the people here, they pushed it and they gave him 4 years, and it was not our fault. It was not our fault. And trust me, he trespassed, number one. You know, what if he was a person who was looking to do something physically to her? Would it be something different? You understand? Like me, even out here, there are guns all over the world. There are guns here. I'm not going to be quiet about it. I'm looking to get one too, or 2 or 3 or 4, right? But the thing is that I still have it in me where you don't walk up on somebody's property. I don't care if it's just bushes. I do not walk up where I'm not supposed to be, because I don't know what can happen. Even friends of mine who are cops or who I know have guns who are not cops or whatever, I call them, I get to the fence, it's like, yo, I'm outside right here, right? Put that porch light on. I'm letting you know I'm coming in. I don't go walking around, because there's situations out here where you can put yourself in line for bodily harm. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for the wonderful comments. Oh, let me just call out by name, which I want to do for all who donate. And if I didn't sleep like I did today, I would have probably made like a little graphic with your name on it. But let me just say, we go through these many comments that I have. I do get a lot of voicemails. I do get a lot of text messages, and I'm not trying to sit here and, okay, I'm looking at the wrong thing, am I? Okay, I just want to get the names. I just want to show acknowledgement and appreciation. It's going to be kind of hard, because this here is a long thing. Where are these 2 names that, okay. I'll come back at it later on. I'll look through this when Mrs. SCURV is talking also. She's on the other side of the room, probably saying, when is this guy going to shut up so he can talk? And we will. But anyway, taking care of our health. That is such a broad topic, right? And we will be talking about that stuff more and more. in a general way, in a very specific way. I will say that there are things we're still learning about. There's things that she's studying that I'm not studying, and there are things that I'm looking into that she's not looking into. And we share, we have conversations about this stuff. And we're not the people who know everything, but she knows a lot organically. There are people who have gone to school that may not have such a connection. And then she may say something in a way where somebody say, oh, no, it's not that way. Lily Jones and Niema Ra, the both of you, thank you so much for the cash apps that you sent. It will help tremendously, and everything goes back into the system. I'm not the kind of guy that want to go get brand new rims on a car I don't even have. I don't even have a car right now. And that's by choice, but we have to get things done better and first. But everything that everybody gives and shares, I will acknowledge you. I never did it before like that, but I will acknowledge you. If you don't want me to put your name out there, I won't. And I'm very aware of that. Now, there are a few people that I have to return calls to. I'm going to do all my phone calls tomorrow because after the show, I'm going to get right back into bed and thank the creator that mosquito woke me up so I can get some stuff done. I know Mr. SCURV would have woke me up. So anyway, taking care of our health. Indigo King, you're a new member. I haven't been putting out super unique content there, but I will and I have to. We have the Patreon and the membership here on the channel. I thank you for your support every month. And I'm getting a whole lot of videos being sent to me today. But yeah, I'm going to start doing that. So I will do it across the board on both. So if you're on Patreon already, which has been dead for a while, because I haven't been putting up anything unique, I would just use that in the past. Let me clarify that. Sorry, we got to clarify things, right? With Patreon, it was just to put up everything that I put on the channel and a few of the things that I wouldn't put up there, right? And I said, hey, just pay $1 just to support. We get a bunch of people who pay $1. It's not stressing you. And, you know, it shows support in this 500, 600. If it was 1,000, well, he ain't going to get $1,000 one. Listen, any money I get from the platform goes to the platform. Computers cost a whole lot. Equipment costs a whole lot. And this is not a money hustle because some people looking to make livings off the bad boy. All I want to do is keep the platform going so I can continue to do this thing 24 hours a day. I do not think there's any one person out here that puts more time in than me. And I'm more aggressive that way. I'm not bragging. And this ain't even begging. It's saying, hey, Brother Man is here for you. You want to find something out? You want to do a show? You want to come on to the show? Whatever? Fine, we'll do that. Now, I'm going to be doing graphics more so. And anybody who, you know, donates or whatever, I'm going to do your graphics for you for free for your social media platform. Take one page and I'll do it for you. May take a little time, but I'll do that. I'm jumpstarting another line of work out here for myself, so I don't have to depend on other things. I'm retired on a limited income and everything else. So we're going to get down with this thing 24 hours. Some days I'll fall asleep like, yo, I'm tired. You know, I had to sleep a little later, but you all will understand it because I'll keep several things coming 24/7. And to thank all those like Sister Ambience and Sister Seven and everybody at Mr. Political and everybody who gets down with us over here. But we're going to run this thing tight this year. We're going for higher heights. Okay. So thank you, Indigo King. I really appreciate it. And see you there, Sister Oyala. Who else? Let's go. Master Glam, of course. T. Lynn. Yes, T. Lynn. Glad to see you here. Patrick Gilbert. Yes. That is a name. I don't know. That name reminds me of somebody. Somebody from the Caribbean that I know. Patrick Gilbert. Doesn't that sound like a Caribbean name? Patrick Gilbert?
I don't know. You're so funny.
Put that microphone a little closer to you.
You are so funny.
No, it does. It does. You know, it's like some musician or something. You know what I mean? Head Knot and Sons.
Never know.
Yes. But anyway, I ran my mouth enough. I want you to break it down. I'm going to run to the bathroom and get some water. Mr. SCURV, taking care of our health. How do you feel about that?
Greetings to you all, my brothers and sisters out there. How y'all doing tonight? I don't know what time is it over there where you are.
5 hours behind. You know, 5 hours in front of East Coast.
It depends. If you're in the UK, it's the same time like here,
pretty
right?
Much. Yeah.
But like in the US, they're 5 hours ahead. And Canada, I'm not sure. You know, different places, the Caribbean and all that stuff. You know, everybody's in a different place.
Sound check on Mr. SCURV. Let me know if you can hear it loud and clear. It looks good over here.
You can hear me, Lance? You hear me?
Oh, I hear you.
Okay,
you. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I'm not showing my face because I'm dog tired.
You ain't look the way you could be on there. You You look fine, but I guess you just because you just think you
Welcome, deja
you,
vu.
wow. So I just wanna you know come in with Brother Lance for a little while and say hello to you and see how y'all doing, and we talk about our health because we um we have to take care of ourselves because we come first, right? All of us come first in our life because if we can't, we have to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of anyone else. Just like we have to love ourselves before we can love anyone else. So we have to start really, really loving ourselves. So if we love ourselves, we're going to take care of ourselves, right? So that's what we're going to start doing, my brothers and sisters out there. We're going to take care of ourselves so we can take care of the family and everyone around us, and make sure we keep teaching each other, teach the children, because if we don't teach the children, they are the future. They come in and they need to teach their children and their children how to take care of their health, and we need to start doing it now. And for the ladies that and the sisters that are out there that are planning to get pregnant or are pregnant, we have to start taking care of ourselves so we can take care of that baby that we carrying inside of us. So when this baby come out, this baby will be healthy and strong baby, and the baby don't want certain food, because if you start training them to eat a certain way, when they come, they don't want certain things. So it's all good. It's all good. So first you want to talk about, like, in the morning when you wake up, you just wake up out your bed, you make sure you get up and you stretch a little bit, and you go and wash your mouth, brush your teeth and all that stuff, get some warm water to drink, and then you have your fruits first, and then after the fruits, then you can make your breakfast. I like, when I make a big breakfast, I like to have that breakfast like when it touch 10, 11, because when I wake up, I just don't eat at the same time. I like to peel my fresh fruits and have those, and get my little hot water, warm water going first, because to let you know that when you do the warm water or hot water, I like to boil my water and kind of cool it off a little bit, and then I drink it. It's really good because it helps you not to get gas pain if you don't eat on time. And if you're experiencing gas pain, it's good to keep drinking warm water, not too hot, but with nothing else inside of it. Don't put no tea bags, no nothing in there, just the water. It will really help you with the gas pain, because we have to remember to take care of ourselves. And if we start doing this first thing in the morning, we'll be feeling better throughout the day. I like to get up when I get up in the morning and I do that. After that, I like to make, I love porridge. So I like to make different kind of porridge. I like oatmeal, and I'll do plantain porridge, and I like cornmeal. And I just want to, give you a little tip that, you can make, use the quinoa and make porridge, and with some beets and all that stuff. You get a beet, and because I like to make everything from scratch. Some people like to get everything, ready made, but I really don't like that. I like to go in the kitchen and make everything from scratch. So like the quinoa and the beet, you get soak the quinoa overnight, and then I always grate on my beets, and then you can blend all of that together. And doing that, I like to put a spoon, like a tablespoonful of flour, and mix it out in, like, if you want to do almond milk or the coconut milk, whatever milk you use, oat milk, whatever milk, and you mix it out and you put it in that, so you get that nice thick porridge. I like when it's nice and creamy. And then you can put like your nutmeg and a little vanilla, a little pinch of salt in it, And I don't, if you me, I don't like to put sugar or nothing in my porridge. I just like to have it like that. But if you want it sweetened, you could put a little maple syrup or a little brown sugar, whatever you prefer in there. And that's a good thing to have also in the morning. It's very good for you. And you can also, with that, you can also do your green juice. I like to do my green juice like with my kale, lot of kale. Um, I usually put some spinach, green apple, my ginger, and merengue. I also do the merengue just with the ginger. And man, I tell you, that is really good. If you can get fresh merengue leaves and your ginger, I blend those together. I strain it out because the merengue, when it goes to the juicer, it doesn't get much. So I like to get my merengue, put a lot of it and stuff it in the blender with my ginger, and I blend it out. Man, I tell you, that thing is so good and healthy for you, man. Good for your iron, all the good vitamins are inside of it. So, these are the things that you need to try out and to feel good, because you want to get up, and if you're going to work or you're not going to work, whatever you're doing that day, you want to feel good. And you want to start introducing these things to the children because they need these things. When I was growing up as a little girl, every once a month we used to get a good clean out, and on the holidays, like when we were out of school, we really have to get that good clean out. And my dad used to soak this thing called bitterwood that he stripped from a tree, and he put it in glass bottles, and you put it's there for months. And man, when you get a spoonful or a little bit of that thing, it is so bitter, but those things were good for your health, and it's still good for your health. But when we were growing up as little children, you didn't even know that. Man, I used to shake my head whenever time they give it to me to drink, man. But in now I know that that's what keeping me. And when we were growing up, we didn't have to go to the doctor. Our parents didn't take us to the doctor because we didn't get sick. We didn't get sick because we were getting all this medicine and we were getting good taken care of. So now we really have to take care of ourselves. We have to get back to basic and do what we need to do, take care of ourselves, the children, and all that stuff. And I learned a lot of things, as I say on the show before, like from older people growing up in the district, in the country, in Jamaica, and also from my parents, and seeing the kind of bush that they boil and give us to drink. And it's so important because the good thing about it, when we were growing up, our supermarket was in the backyard. So it's not like you're going to eat chicken today, fish today, beef tomorrow, and all that stuff. We never eat pork. So that's a different, my mom, mother, they love pork. So they used to cook pork, but we didn't eat pork in our also. So we was just like chicken, fish, and beef was just once a year when on the holiday they used to kill cow in the district, and people used to go and buy the meat. And the thing about it, you couldn't buy the meat until the inspector come. And that's in Jamaica. The inspector have to come up there in the country and check that meat to make sure the meat is good and everything. If that meat is not good when the inspector come, they chop it, take it down and dump it all. That's how they did it. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. I don't know if they still doing it, but that's how one thing I know, they were very strict about when it comes to the kind of food that you eat with the meats and all that stuff. They make sure they check all that stuff in Jamaica, that you have to work in a restaurants and different places. You have to have a food angler's permit. You have to make sure you have your hair cover up when you're cooking in the kitchen, and that's a good thing, because you don't want hair in your food and all that thing. Even if you're cooking for your family, we should practice those kind of things. Keep washing our hands, and keep every germs free everywhere. Make sure your kitchen is very clean. Even with that peroxide, it's good to clean out your sink, your counter, your bathroom, and all that stuff with the peroxide. Make sure everything is done right and everything. Make sure when you come home with your fruits from the market or whatever, wherever you get them from, you wash them properly. It's different when you have your garden and you're picking fresh fruits outside, where you can just pick the fruit off the tree and you just wipe it off and eat it because it's clean. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we usually grow the tomatoes and stuff, and we used to go in the field and pick the tomatoes and eat it, the cucumber and all the different things. We used to just pick them and eat them. So, you know, I just want you all to, you know, take care of yourself. And this is 2023, as they say. So we are alive, we are well today. So every moment that you get, you need to take care of your body, take care of yourself, love upon yourself, and treat yourself very well. Yes. Ladies and our sisters and brothers out there, we go out there every day and we work really hard, especially when we in America, UK, or Canada, wherever you are, and you're working. And I know in the Caribbean, people go to work. In the motherland, people go to work also. But in America, we work so darn hard, 2 and 3 jobs and running here, running there. Sometimes you don't have the time, but we have to make time for ourselves. And when you're off or whatever, make sure you spend some time in the shower and wash yourself from head to toe properly, feel good, and just love upon yourself. Make sure you're feeling good and, you know, haul down your skin properly, get some sesame oil and just haul down, and, you know, just rub some on your forehead and, you know, just haul yourself down properly and feel good, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, however, you know, just make sure you're taking good. Just like when we have the baby, I know for me, when you have a young baby and you give, every morning you get up, you give that baby a nice fresh bath, a nice warm bath.
I want you to talk about stuff
and then
like
you
that
haul them down properly, and then you give them the nice bottle and all that stuff, and they feel good, and they just kicking their little feet and all that. The next thing you know, they fall asleep, you know. So do that to yourself so you feel good, and pamper yourself so when you go lay down, you just fall asleep.
In those little ways that people underestimate, not to cut you, but, you know, I want you to continue on, but you brought up some great points, and I want to even speak about other things that you would know more of than I, because even though I'm a father, you're a mother, you know what I mean? And you're a mother who's bringing traditional, old school, proven ways that have nothing to do with the modern day so-called system. Now, things that we've learned in the modern day about ourselves, about our bodies, to a point have taught us, but the old school ways of African people all over the world, which they may be from Jamaica like yourself, South America, or even New York like me. I'm an African, right? Bottom line is that we have to go back to what we know, because it's to our detriment that people take it as a norm. Say, for example, when babies are born and they take the placenta, and they say that shouldn't be going on, right? In the future, whenever you're ready, I want you to have an exclusive show about rearing children at different ages, the things you know to do old school, these things that are not passed down, because you'd be surprised how many of our young sisters, and yes, the father put the seed there and he should be there. And we're going off into a different topic, but we know how society is and how they have us. We're all off base pretty much. A lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are off a little bit, even when we have good intentions. So I want you to do some programs sometime. And they don't have to be long. They could be like different aspects of it as it comes to your mind. Or if somebody suggests something like, hey, Mr. Scurv, listen, Lance at LANCESCURV.com. When you reach me, you reach the both of us, okay? Hey, Mr. Scurv, you know, teach us about rearing children. Teach the young mothers who might be, and I'm painting the picture, I'm not putting anybody down, but they might be in the hood. They might not have access to good food. Guide them on where they can get the good food from. Guide them on so many different things that they can overcome the food desert that they live in. Also, a lot of our young sisters do not know how to take care of themselves on a feminine level. Now, I'm going to leave it like that. Now, I'm not going to get, you know, too detailed, but teach a lot of the young sisters who may have a mother who might be on crack, who might have an aunt who don't care, or they may live in a home and nobody taught them. They just tossed them this information. Teach them, and we'll have it out here where, things you need to do with yourself regularly to keep yourself clean, for your health down there, which is overall, while you're pregnant, while you're having a baby, going up to having a baby, and your health too, that you need to take a break, that when you get, have a newborn, that you need to take time for yourself if possible. You have friends that come over and bring you gossip, let them come over and relax, and you go somewhere else, so let them take your child if you can trust them, right? And let you have a good mental health day. We already have a lot of things that are coming against us as a people, targeting us. And for the Caucasians who listen, we don't give a damn if you think that, well, I have to, yeah, maybe you have to go through a lot, but we have to go through a whole lot more, right? So things that help us health-wise, not just on, oh, eat this and don't eat that, but physical health, mental health, feminine health, even on a masculine level. There may be some things I might say. I mean, I might have some kind of idea on how to take care of my balls that you may not know. I'm just joking, y'all. But as a man, there's things that I'll talk about too. Yeah. And a lot of the things will be, if it's too risque, it'll be in the membership side of this channel and or the Patreon. And I'll treat them both the same way. So it's not like you have to join both. You know what I mean? But I'm going to have some really heavy, there's some things I can't put here, even on the membership of YouTube. And I'll work that out in a way where I can get you the content and stuff. So bear with me. This weekend, I'll be doing a lot of that behind the scenes stuff like that. But you as a person, see, you're unique. Now, there are people who were born and raised in America, the UK, and other populated areas that are considered so advanced. When you hear that about things being so advanced, there's usually something deficient in it, because they're trying to push us to be dependent on the system. I think it's a damn shame that, look at that plant. And to the brother who gave me the information about that plant that we saw when we did the other walk and talk, I'm going to pull that up in a second, but it was brilliant. I forgot the actual name of the person who sent it, but it's there on that video, and it's called the sneezing plant. You can't eat it, but you can take a leaf or some part of it. The comment is there on that particular walk and talk, and rub it in your nostrils, and everything that's in you, up in your nostril and probably around your anus. I don't know.
I'm glad that you made that comment too, because
we're learning.
Yes, because you learn things from others, and it's such a beautiful thing that you can learn from. We all learn from each other. So whatever I know, I'll share it with you, and I'm learning from others too. Because it's such a beautiful thing, and like with I would love to give you the full recipe of the porridge that I told you about, because I didn't put everything in there. So as I said about that, it's the quinoa that I soak it, and then you soak it overnight, just like your oats. You soak your oats if you want to do that, because I don't soak my oats. I just blend it, and to do what I'm doing, whether I'm doing my smoothie. I like to have oats in my smoothie, and I like to freeze my fruits to put in there. But to the porridge, it's the quinoa on the beets, and then a little pinch of salt. As I say, you can put your little nutmeg and your vanilla and whatever milk you want to use. And as I say, a tablespoonful of flour, you mix it out in your milk, and you pour it in, because you want it to be smooth, creamy, and nice. When you make it. And also, when you finish, you can put any kind of fruit that you want on top of it, like blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, whatever you want on top of it, which is very good for you. So those are the things that I was missing off of there. So if you want to try that out, just let me know how you like it, and any little thing, I'll put it there. I'm not gonna not tell you what anything that I know and things that I fix that tastes good. I want you to also experience that too, so you can do that. Just like when I do my burgers and stuff. But when I get all settled in more, and kind of get ourselves together, and have a where we at in the apartment, the kitchen is so small, I can't get to do what I
The
need
kitchen
to,
is whack.
Yes, so what I need to do in there. So, like when I
We
was
appreciate, but the kitchen is whack.
but when I was
It's not a Mrs. Scurv style kitchen.
when I was in Florida, it was a little different. I have more space.
And it was nice, but it's still a little too small.
Yes.
This one here, trust me.
I want to have the space
put a basketball court in there,
where I can put things out and I can lay out things and do, what I really need to do. And you really don't have to have a huge space to really do what you want to do. But I just want to,
that's your
because
thing.
I like to do my little baking and stuff. You're home on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and even during the week. Sometimes you have a little taste.
Every meal I record.
You want a little piece
of
cake or a little piece of banana bread, or you want to bake your own bread, or you want to make your own little ice cream and all that stuff. There's a video on there with me and my beautiful sister Corinne that have passed. So lovely sister, beautiful sister, man. And we make the ice cream together, and that have passed.
Oh,
man, that was so beautiful and amazing.
Yeah.
She was an amazing sister. She lives within me every day. I think about her. Yes. Beautiful spirit, lovely husband.
I'm going to hold back on that because I'm going to get permission from him if I was going to show that again.
Our lovely husband and our beautiful children. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Such a strong presence in a commander in chief in general over the home.
Yes.
I mean, she had everything organized, very impressive. Mm-hmm. I mean, she is one and she had her profession and she had her career outside, but she is one who lets you know the importance of keeping a home and being a homemaker, a wife, a person who is like a doctor for your children, a mother, everything. She's the epitome of that. Of course, Mrs. Scurv is also, but the way she did it and the way you saw and when she spoke, she made it effortless. And she had lots of
beautiful spirit.
And the family and her husband, yes. And to not get it confused, I always speak in the present tense. When someone has transitioned, their energy is somewhere.
Yes.
We all have our feelings on what it might be. But I don't see it as something. If you affected me and I'm still in this level, your energy is present tense to me. You see what I mean? I speak of my father, my mother in the present tense, what they have taught me. I know physically they're not here, but we're passing through this. And the beauty of it is that they have left an impression on you. So in essence, they are still alive on this level as long as you can reflect the love and the life and the light that they gave you. When you don't see the sun, you look up and you see the moon, and the moon reflects the light of the sun. If there was no sun, you would never see the moon. You see what I mean? So if it wasn't no parent, you wouldn't see the child. What's the first thing you say when you're in public and you see children sitting quietly in a disciplined manner where some other kids may be running around all over the place? The first thing you said, oh my God, their parents or the mother, whoever it is, they did right by them. And you compliment that mother. You see, you have some well-mannered kids. You have some well-mannered children. You see what I mean? So we reflect the light of what was given to us. And I can tell you who you are or who was around you coming up. Sometimes it's not that way. There's always a bad one in the bunch, but pretty much that's the way it is. And so we carry that baton on this level, just like I carry the baton on this level from my parents. And of course, I've added a few little crazy things in there. But at the core, I'm not too far off from the way they wired me. And we're all wired in a different way, but we have to give respect and love and, to Corinne. And like I said, there's not a day that either one of us don't think of her,
And it is so amazing. When she passed, we were
what happened when we come down
we
the
were
highway?
on our way down there to
You want me to tell it? The way I want to, go ahead. You tell your version.
We were on our way down, and it was the Friday night. We were on our way down, and
for the homegoing.
Yes, for homegoing service, and we were driving on the highway going. And while we were driving, I was saying to Brother Lance, boy, I sure miss my beautiful sister. And you know what? She lives within me every day.
The minute you said
And the
that,
minute I
the
say
minute
that,
you said, this is no lie.
yeah,
You want me to tell
you
that
can
part?
tell that
Okay,
part.
yeah, I'm gonna get the detail. You know, I'm gonna tell the story. You know,
Yeah.
okay. We're driving down. What was it? It wasn't the turn. It was
I think it was
I-75.
75. Yeah,
I-75. Yeah, on the west side of Florida. You know, on the east side you have I-95. On the west side you have I-75, and cutting diagonal through the middle you have the turnpike. You know, we're in the middle lane, and this is nighttime. It had to be like about what time? Maybe 8, 9 o'clock or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't early, but it wasn't like super late
early.
either. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah, because we still,
because it was dark.
yeah, it was dark, but we still made the supermarket when we got down there.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to
so
Publix when we went down
probably
there.
after 8
You know.
or around them time.
Okay, let me see here. Before Lance, I love you. Your show. This is Ron here in Orlando. Oh, Ron, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you here. It caught my eye. You know, I don't always look at the chat room, but I scan it every now and then when I'm talking because I don't know. I can multitask with a lot of things, but I can't talk and watch the chat room at the same time. I don't know what it is. That's my only deficiency. So I glanced over there. Wow. Good to hear from you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell this story, but I got to get it with you too. For real. Wow. Lots of memories. But anyway, we're driving down the middle lane and we're going at about maybe 70, 65, 70 miles an hour. If that much. But you know, on those highways, you can get to those speeds and it doesn't feel that way. And there wasn't too many people around us. There was a car, a small vehicle. It was a Corolla, right, right. See, you remember that part. I didn't remember that part. Remember, I was behind the wheel. I was actually quietly freaking out. This happened the minute after she spoke about her sister being with her, being around her, and you said protecting her. Mm-hmm. Anybody could take it the way, oh, people gone, they can't look. This was something. This let me know, right? So we had the Corolla who was next to me, and you know how when you're driving, you have people next to you, they pick up a little bit, they pull back a little bit. Well, this vehicle picked up a little bit of speed, not much. They were in
the fast lane.
They were in the fast lane. We were in the middle, right? So they got to be about maybe 2 car lengths ahead of us in that lane, in the left lane. We were in the middle. And all of a sudden, they swerved a little bit to the left and went down near the railings, right? But it was a little dip that they went down in. I don't know if they fell asleep, but they corrected themselves. And then they went back down again. Like, you know, sometimes you start to swerve and you overcorrect and you got to overcorrect again. And then it got more pronounced. And then they went down and deeper this time. And they really, really overcorrected, came back into that fast lane, came in front of us, started to wobble even more until the car was maybe 3 car lengths ahead of us and was rolling on the side. I mean, on the side from the side door to the passenger door to the side, flipping sideways. So I know, you know, your brother's kind of a professional driver, not because I drove the bus all those years. I love driving. And anybody who's ever had a luxury car, let's take the car, go to the store, do whatever. They trust me with their cars because I don't play that. And I don't play with people's lives. And I don't play with my life. I can do some crazy things on the road and I still don't do it. But brother man got skills. Y'all might not know that. Ask anybody that knows. They'll tell you. Anyway, you ease down on the brake. I could have smashed the brake out of panic or jumped to the next lane and ran into another car. I didn't have enough time to even look into either one of the mirrors because this car was rolling over on its side at that speed. So now I slowed down a little bit. I'm watching the movement of the car. I had a chance to grab some sight in the left mirror. I knew I was clear on the left side. Then as he was still flipping, I glanced over to the right side. There was something coming down there, not too close, but I knew if I had to jump to another lane, I would have had to jump to the fast lane. And I wouldn't have minded jumping down into that little area and staying there until the threat was gone. So I stayed in that lane. He rolled over, flip. I mean, he must have flipped about 5 or 6 times. I'm not going to say 10, but it was a lot. Then he flipped over, got into the left lane. I think he got some traction. The vehicle was beat up. He really didn't know what he was doing, and he sunk down to the right of the slow lane, and there was no railing down there. It was an open space, and it was a wall about maybe 25 feet over, a tall wall. You know, when you're going down either the turnpike, 95, 75, just highways in general, and you have a residential neighborhood behind the highway, and they have the high wall to keep the sound from going over, to soundproof the subdivision. It was one of those kind of walls. And it was about 20 feet over. This car started flipping again, but then check it out. The car started to cartwheel. You know, when people, you know, but sideways now, hitting the front, flipping, hitting the back, and it was to the side of us, but I didn't want to get caught up in staring at it, but I kept glancing at it. It was like something was pushing it, because it didn't just start to slow down and crash. It was going faster, and it hit and was going higher. It was like there was some kind of artificial power pushing this vehicle. I never, ever, I wish there was somebody in the back seat who had the video camera. That would have been a video that probably would have got 100 million hits. It was supernatural. And I saw on the inside that it began to flame up, but we were going so fast that, and not super fast because I had slowed down a little bit. There was no time to, let me pull over and see what's going on. He was way over there, and there's no way. I hope the person's alive, but there's no way that person's alive. That thing, but it was like somebody was pushing it after all of that, flipping in front of me, going to the side, swerving over, and then it began to cartwheel. I saw flames inside that began to happen, and we kept going, and we were in shock. You were in shock, and it was right after she said that. It was almost like there's a protective force over us, because that thing was flipping so fast in front of us, it could have flipped and jumped up and landed on our windshield. That's how close it was. Because before it moved over, it was like a car length away. It was like 2 car lengths away, and I started slowing down too, because I know it had force that was still going to pull it forward. That's one of the, I'm not going to say a highlight, but that is one of the things I'll always remember for the rest of my life, because it wasn't, that was not natural. The way that car should have slowed down, it rolled over, but it rolled, and it kept on going. When it got over to the other side, it started cartwheeling high. Remember how high it went? It went high like about 15 feet at least, or maybe like the highest was like maybe 8 to 10 feet under it when it was caught, when it hit the ground and keep going. What was pushing that thing? I don't know. But we were like, I mean, you know, my brother had the homegoing service there and everything, and I still had to tell him, I said, listen, man, I told him quick, but if he's hearing this or listening to this now, man, I'm telling you, there's something more to this life and this existence, because we were going there, you know, for her and for him and the whole family. And you had just mentioned that, you know, there are a lot of things out here that, like I say, I'll call it karma. I'll call it things that we just don't know, you know. And I think that if we were rotten people, that car would have landed in our windshield, man, you know. And I ain't perfect. You'll know that. But there's just so much to this world that we don't know, that going back to the health thing, there's certain things we have to submit to. We get away with certain things sometimes when we don't know, but once we know, we have to follow through with it. And we have to study it, because so much has been told to us in this system that's wrong to keep us sick. And we can eat good looking foods and they can be GMO. You know what I mean? Like if you really see an orange as it is, it's not a pretty thing. It's a hard little rock, you know, but they polish it up and make it look nice. And, you know, Florida oranges and all of this stuff. And, you know,
that's what it comes back to, you know, we planting our own food. And I know it's hard when you're living in the US and you live certain places, you can't plant your own food, or because the weather and all that stuff. And some people don't have the space, you know, to grow their own stuff. Like you're here and you go to the farm and you get oranges and stuff like that. And the amount of seeds that are in the orange, and, you know, you juice them and the juice is so good, because I don't, when I'm in Florida, I don't buy orange juice and drink it because it gives me heartburn because, they have all this crap in it and all that stuff. But when I eat fresh oranges, like I'm here and I get the fresh oranges from the tree and I have that, it doesn't bother me. Or I make the juice and have that, it doesn't bother me. So it's always good to have nice, fresh stuff to eat. And when we in Florida, we always like to go to the farmers market and get a lot of stuff from the farmers market because I like to get stuff that the farmers are bringing in and but for me the best thing for me is when I grow my own and I know what I do with it. I know I don't have chemicals and all that stuff and none of the plants. So it's just a beautiful thing, just to be growing your herbs, your vegetables, and your fruits and getting it right from your garden. It feels really good just to go and pick stuff and put in your basket and come inside and say, well, I'm going to make some fresh juice right now, or I'm going to cook this for lunch or dinner. And it's a beautiful thing to have a big lunch. If you didn't eat a big breakfast, then eat a big lunch. So later on, I love salad. So, and arugula salad is my favorite. So
Me too.
in the evenings, I love to have arugula salad. I remember when I was in Florida.
Oh God!
And
we would eat salad, not have to eat food. We would eat salad so big.
I know
that we some days we didn't even eat food.
I know. And then when I get home,
I mean that's food and everything.
And lunch was something else. When I get home from work, because I get home like 12 a.m. and there come the phone ringing. He was downtown Orlando, sometimes just pulling in his bus downtown Orlando. Don't bring it back, the bus back yet. And he was calling, oh, sweetheart, are you home? Yes. Can you please make me a salad? And I'll go in the kitchen and I'll make him a big salad. I mean, a lot of arugula, tomato, onions, and I love to put fruits in the salad. I like to put my blueberry, my raspberry, and all those things in there. And I just make it up real nice. I never like
for sure
use store bought dressing. I do my own thing. So I do the arugula, I do my onions, sometimes I do the purple and the yellow onions, and then I do I like the little tomatoes, and then I do the cucumber, and then all the fruits in it, and then I'll do
oh, you got me.
Smoke. What's the name of that smoke season I used to buy, and I used to put that in there.
Yeah.
And I used
Julia,
to
use
home,
welcome.
I'll use a little bit of lime juice and
just the right amount.
A little tip of vinegar, and then I'll do avocado oil. A little tip
See what you walked
salt,
into, Julia?
and then all the good stuff in it. And man, when you put that together and
keep going, but I want to say
mix it in.
I'm gonna tell you something about Mrs. SCURV. I'm gonna tell you about her. Right. She got 3 names on the channel. Miss SCURV, Mrs. SCURV, Lily Vegan, and Lily Fire. When she's lit up talking about the politicians in Jamaica and she whatever and get up off your ass and do something, that's Lily Fire. But this is Lily Vegan right here talking, and Mrs. SCURV, right? When she prepares a meal, she becomes voyeuristic. Like she'll sit off to the side. And I'm gonna exaggerate. You'll see her peeking around the corner, and I'm chowing down.
You are a mess.
And she's getting pleasure from watching me eat. Like
that's not true. You are a mess. You are a mess.
She'll get pleasure from watching me eat.
No,
but you enjoy like
But if you fix something for someone to eat, you want to make sure it's good and they enjoy to the last bit of it. And you of yourself, when you make those things, you want to make sure, oh, this really tastes good. It makes me feel good. So you want to eat food that really makes you feel good with it when you're done.
Thank you, Elvis.
So it's
Elvis said, "SCURVs, you both make my day." This is real. This is not some production. Like I said, we discussed it and said, you know what, we need to open up a little more. Like I said, we've been through a lot. We're still working a lot and doing stuff. So, we'll open up more of these little inside conversations and stuff we're just going to share You know, it's better that way when you show all dimensions of the journey, 3-dimensional, instead of just, you know, sitting in front of a wall or just talking, which I do that, you know. I just want to show and share more with you and make it enjoyable and show you out here and all that. That's what it's all about, because we're going to be doing that here anyway. So why not open up and share? The naysayers, the haters, they're going to be there. But you know what? Just in our shine, in the love that we share, you're just going to have to hate it. You didn't win. You know what I mean? Like I said, when I come out with the book one day on that particular subject and name names, those who have been around will be like, oh my God, that happened? This person did that? Yeah, I'm revealing it all, but I don't do drama. I'm not going to do that on this channel. And like I said, I got so much to share. People can try to tear you down. They see your light. They see what you want to do. This is not some ego-driven thing. This is not some competition thing. It's just sharing, because me, myself, I was raised in a good family life and good conversation that I learned from, good topics and things that my parents included me in from single-digit ages. You know, if I didn't understand something, it was like, get out of here, boy, this is adult conversation. And if they did talk on something that was beyond, you know, but they never talked about anything inappropriate. It was always a realistic thing that they would always share with me up to the point where I could understand. You see what I mean? And that's very important. Up to the point in which I can understand. They wouldn't throw something on me and I'm walking around all confused or whatnot. But, you know, children can absorb more, and we're more durable than not you, but what most adults think they can handle, because every subsequent generation comes a little more equipped to be able to handle. So instead of, you know, talk to them, include them in life and real life things. And that's what I crave from young. Of course, I had my little crazy times as a kid playing with other, you know, children my age and stuff like that. But it was an awareness that was a foundation and put there. And I crave that to this day. And I'm so thankful for my parents that they gave me that kind of atmosphere and never put me down, where if I asked a question, why are you asking that question? Why? So go to your room. No, I never had that. I was always, you know, books. My mother would bring books home if they went somewhere and I was like somewhere else with my friends. Say, hey, I bought a book for you. I got this thing for you. Oh, this is your favorite magazine. Even when I was getting up in my teen years, my mother and father, they were out somewhere and it's like, you got your latest box of magazines? You got your latest, do you have this one? It's like, yeah, I have that one. Describe the cover. That's how they included me that way. So for me, I never went to college. You know, the law enforcement academy that I was in counted as college, right? But I mean, I always walked around with books. My brother named Kevin Clark, he has his name here. I can put his name out there, but he's like, yeah, man, always, every time I came over your house from young, you always had a stack of magazines and you're reading them. And I remember you eating the good food or whatnot. That was like, I mean, we had TV, right? That was before cable days in New York, but that was my TV. I love to, and I had my own little hang-ups, like in reading things, right? And I'll say this one, oh, Miko, how are you, sister? How are you? Yeah, exactly. You bring
Sister Mika, how are you?
She said I would never talk to my daughter in baby talk. That's right. She did remember back in the day, if you didn't have an encyclopedia in your house and a dictionary, something was wrong. Exactly. Remember those guys used to come knock your door? We have the Britannica, so and so and so and so. And it was real cool. But in the magazines that I would get, of course, I did bodybuilding and boxing and I had the comic books, but I graduated quickly from the comic books and I started to, you know, idolize boxing and get into that from the early 70s. I was young loving that sport. But I used to love to get different. I would always challenge myself. Like, every week, and I'm not saying I was single digit ages at this point, but like around 14, 15, every week I would go and pick up like 10 magazines. You know, they had subscriptions and stuff like that, but you know, you want to grab it right then and there. And sometimes the subscription would come late. It wouldn't come early. And I hated it. I tried it a couple of times. Like, I'm seeing it on the newsstand, but I can't buy it because I know it's coming in the mail. So I would just go and buy the magazine. But one thing that I love that many people don't know about me, not that that's important to anybody else, but I love to look at ads. I love to look at other magazines, a Florida Design, Architectural Digest from back in the 80s, way back. I've been looking at those things for a long time. I love design. I love floor plans. Mr. SCURV is the master of decorating and the color, placing the pillows a certain way with the lighting. She'll rearrange it a little bit till she gets it right. But the basic floor plans and traffic flow, certain things with interiors, I love. But I love the ads. I love to look at ads on any type of periodical and try to figure out, back in those days when I was younger, we didn't have the internet. I would try to figure out who are they trying to sell to and why are they doing this way? And so that's a weird little interest that I had that comes handy now when I do these banners. Because people say, well, how do you put the letters a certain way? How do you make it look right? I whipped this up 5 minutes before. Of course, there's a base here that I can slap things on top of, but I can come from scratch and kind of make my banners. And this is why I'm interested in setting up my little graphics business online. And like I said, for those who are members here, support, Cash App, whatever, I will do your Facebook or whatever thing for free, a basic thing for free. I might not take 2 days on it, but I mean, I'll make something nice and have it sized up correctly. Just reach out to me, lance@lancescurv.com. So that being said, with little offbeat talents that our children may have or interests that they may have that we can't see at that particular point, what the value of it would be, down the line, you may see it. Visually, I can look at things like we were on the van yesterday morning coming down, and I spotted a word on the side of the van, quick, that was misspelled. And I was like, look at that over there. They forgot the H. You know what I mean?
The Lord is my shepherd.
And shepherd didn't have, they left out the H. And I'm like, look at that. It was glaring because this is how I think. I'm not some great whatever. I'm not trying to make it seem that way, but that's just a talent that I have in an interest. You can give me a magazine. I don't care if it's a Czechoslovakian magazine. I'm going to look at the back on how they place the letters and the visual that they have with it. One thing that fascinated me years ago, and we're off topic and I'll get back on, but remember years ago, I forgot which Godzilla movie it was, but they had the big billboard and you see a big eye, like Godzilla's eye. And then you see some teeth on one. And it made you intrigued, like, what is this all about? Coming June 10th. I'm not saying that's the exact date, but on June 10th, he is coming. Intriguing. And there's different ways of advertising and marketing, but people have to understand that advertising and marketing are two different things, right? I'm self-taught that way, but that's something that I've learned. That's just something that I've learned, and it's in me. And I love executing it at this stage of the game to be able to utilize it, but I didn't know what I was grooming myself for, And I would talk to my father. We were driving around. My mother didn't drive it, was my father going to a job or just hanging out? They both were together, but my mother was a homemaker for the most part, and she had her little jobs before she taught in the college. And I would look at certain things, and I would point things out to him. I said, "You know why they're doing this, Daddy?" So I'm like 10 years old. They're doing this because of this, that. So I was an oddball to a lot of the other children, So I wouldn't talk to them about these things. But these are things ingrained in me from very, very young, and so doing this stuff, I'm like a big kid. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to do these banners. I talk a lot. Had a couple of friends come on the show within the last few months, all down to the years. They say, yeah. When you walk past Lance's house, he always had 5 or 6 people sitting on the steps, and you go and join them, and you'd be out there till the sun comes up. Well, this is the same thing I'm doing now. So when I say I'm built for this, it's not a challenge or me trying to speak over anybody, but all of the strange and weird talents and abilities that I had and have, I can tie them all together here, and it's effortless for me. It's nothing that I got to study or whatever, Sorry to just change the subject like that.
You are. Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh, no, I'm good. I didn't want to just,
Yes.
take it away from you that way.
But we just want everyone to be healthy and take care of yourself. And sisters, we are beautiful, we are strong, the brothers are handsome, and you got to take care of yourself.
I'll answer that question.
So please take care of yourself. And okay, you want to answer that?
That burger has tomato, lettuce, onions. What's wrong with it? Well, if it's a commercial situation in America, chances are that's going to be a GMO situation. The fries, I love fries. I love French fries. I love potatoes. The French fries I've had a weakness for, but that is an artery clogging situation. And the bacon that you see is not good. spiritual reasons also on top of the physical. You can eat these things and get away with it every now and then if you're in a clinch or whatever. Doesn't mean you can't ever have anything. But if they put something up like this, and when you go to these places, you don't know what you're eating. If you eat something like this, make sure, like Mrs. SCURV said, go to a farmer's market and get your tomatoes. Go to a farmer's market and get your onions. Go there and get your lettuce. Go there and get your pickles, whatever you can get there. If you need to eat some meat or whatever, go to a place where, I'm not going to say don't eat that, right? But if you eat it every now and then, make sure you're getting it from the best place. You just can't go into a fast food joint these days and expect them to do you right. Because when you really look at how this frozen meat and processed meat, who knows if it's something from 3 years ago?
But you don't even know what is the meat. We don't know what you're eating.
The starchy bread, this white bread that you're eating, the cheese is dairy. I love cheese. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to ever have a piece again. It's got to be done within reason. This bread that's leached out, the wheat, the gluten.
But if you eat everything in moderation, and then we all can learn to make our own bread. It's easy to be made, and you can use you can.
Those things, do it from scratch.
Yes, it's best for you to make your own. Anything you make it on your own, and we learn together. And as I said, whatever I know and whatever I'll be doing, you'll be learning with me, and I'll be learning from you also. It. Yeah. So we'll be. Yes, so we'll do it together, and these are the right things for us to do. And no one, I'm not here saying that don't eat this, don't eat that, and whatever you feel for that day, and if you feel like eating. But it's when you eat too much of these things, because when I was growing up, I was eating once in a while. I've never been a big meat eater, but once in a while we'll eat a little goat meat. And as I say, like once a year when they kill cow in the district, and we'll buy a piece of beef and we always do like a pot roast, and it was delicious the way we used to season it, poke the holes in it and stuff the season all over, and did a pot roast. And it's amazing on the stove, and how we do it. And chicken once in a while, but we used to do a lot of veggies, like a lot of callaloo, a lot of cabbage, carrots, and all the good stuff like that, the greens and all that, hacky and saltfish. We used to do that, salt, mackerel, all the different things that we used to do when we were growing up. But it's about we not consuming these things every day on a daily basis. And we don't have to eat all that heavy food every day. At least once a week we could cut out that, like just do some salad, some smoothie that day, nice tea. I love tea, so I do all kind of teas. Yes.
Let me just say, you're a tea pusher.
I love.
Let me tell you something. I was in the bed one day. I fell asleep. This SCURV went out to the store. She said she was going to the store, and she did have some bags with her. Wouldn't you believe I saw like ducked in this doorway near the corner, and so I had this hoodie and I pulled it over my face. She didn't know it was me. And I walked by, and she's like, "I got that good tea, y'all. I got that good tea." Mrs. SCURV is a tea pusher.
You are a mess.
She's a tea pusher. I'm like, how long have you been doing this? Thank God it's nothing that she put us at risk. No, I'm just joking.
Lance is the best. Don't follow Lance. But when I met Lance did not want to drink tea. When I always make tea, and he never wants to drink it. And then
she turned me out. She turned me out.
Chocolate that we make in Jamaica, to make the tea, the balls, and I always have that in the house. And I make chocolate tea. Say, oh no, I don't want that. But guess what? When I start making all the tea, and now he say, give me tea. Sometimes he drink 3 and 4 cups of tea. And then when I make the chocolate tea now, oh my goodness gracious. He said, oh my goodness, what's that? Give me some more of that. You know, like it's amazing. But tea is really good for you.
No, I'm turned out.
Really, really good for you. I do all kind of teas. I love tea. It's amazing. Like
You're such a tease.
you know, I have a nice
No, hold that thought. I just want to drop a link real quick. This is a video that I did about 4 years ago. And it was pretty deep. It was pretty deep. Let me just see if I can drop the link here. Right here, y'all. All right, you want to go back and listen to that. I said, be careful who prepares your food. And I spoke on the spiritual aspects of people who put their hands on your food in these restaurants. Fast food could be a 5-star restaurant, right? But that was the video. The link I just put in for those who are watching this next week, tonight, tomorrow, 5 years from now. That was a pretty good one. And I can't tell you everything that I said. I don't remember, but and I could play part of it now, but I'll just let you go and yeah. Oh yeah. See, oh yeah, you've been rocking with us for a long time. You know, those are things we can get into. For example, and again, I'm gonna just take a minute, hold that thought. If you go to even the best 5-star restaurant, but one of the chefs is pissed off at the person who owns the restaurant, they've been having issues for years, and he's like so through, he's gonna leave, but he doesn't mind sabotaging. Even if he doesn't sabotage the food that you go in there to eat and you're innocent, the bottom line is that hate or anger that he has in his heart, he's pissed off over there. He leaves out of the bathroom, doesn't wash his hands. But even aside from physical threats, if he still prepares the food clean, the fact that is disgruntled and you come in there and you eat that food, I feel it has an effect on you on a spiritual level. So could you imagine when you eat off of the street in these different carts? Could you imagine when you go to the fast food joint and eat the food there and the things that are going on there, the people who are mixed up in the head and have issues that they need to deal with that are not healed, and they're preparing food and you're eating them. It's the same form as a soul tie when you have sex with a half stranger that might be cray-cray, or they just might be a little off or whatever. You don't know what you're exposing yourself to. That's the video, and I'll put the link again in here. But go ahead, Mr. SCURV. I know I took you off the point. Probably forgot what you were talking about, right?
You are so oh, gee.
No, but I had to share that.
Yeah.
You know, there's some of the things that are like kind of older that I can bring back, because there's a whole lot of work. When I looked at it, I said, man, I didn't know we first started this stuff. You know, I didn't know it's going to be so much. A lot of it, like I said, fun, crazy, whatever. But go ahead with your point. I know I took you off. You were saying something about the food. I messed you up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But like I said, I want to, okay, let me stop sharing this. I'm starting to learn this thing, and I'm going to just keep going with it. There's certain things I want you to touch on that pretty much a lot of people don't. Like I said, I'm going to repeat myself. Maybe it'll jumpstart you into, you know, saying something else again. I know we're going to wrap it down soon, but and we'll be back tomorrow. And I do have walk and talk rendering now, and it's going to take all night long. Oh God, it's only at 10%. We started the show was at 3%. So I'm going to sit that computer down, let it roll all night. Okay. And
okay, so I was talking about the teas and stuff like that. The hibiscus tea, man, that thing is amazing. You know, the hibiscus and the what I do. Put some
crack in there.
What I do with the hibiscus, I put it with the lemongrass and the cucumber bush. And some people call it gully beans, the bush or from it, the leaves from it. I always do that, and I always put the blue vervine and all of that together. It makes such an amazing tea. So
wait. I'm gonna piss you off right now. Keep the thought.
I will make a whole big pot of that tea, and I'll
tell everybody what you see right now.
I'll strain out, I'll bottle it, and when I bottle it out, and when you look the next morning, I think sometimes lads stay up and say, I'm going to drink all this tea tonight.
No, I'm going to show you something right now. For the sake of the show, and entertaining everybody. There's something you didn't know. You got me so strung out on this tea. You went to America. We had some barrels sent back, and you had all this tea, right? And you know some of my all of my favorites, but some are more than. I'm going to show you that I have an addiction to the teas that you didn't know about. Okay, now everybody can't see this right now, but you tell me. I got my work area over here. We're in the apartment. She's sitting over there by the couch. You never thought to look under this hat. Tell me what you see. You hear that?
This Lance is something.
See?
And you know what? I've been looking for this cinnamon. I've been looking. Lance is one mess. I've been looking for my cinnamon tea. And I'm saying, where is the cinnamon tea? I
Hot
put it
cinnamon
there.
spicy,
And you know what he
Carney
do?
and Sons.
He take it and hide it.
Right in front of your face, hidden in plain view. Yes, and don't touch it. I'm hooked.
This man is
and I put it under
else.
my SCURV hat, right on the little stand that I have. I put it right there. I didn't try to hide it. I put it right there because you're gonna say I ain't looking over there. I already know what's over there. I'm gonna put it back. It better be still there.
This, you can stay there talking.
Right there, the whole show you talking all
He's
this
a
last.
mess. You just messed yourself up. You just messed yourself up.
No, I'm going. Matter of fact,
just messed yourself.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
Look at you.
Look, I'm gonna hide it in the place where you don't know. Listen, don't you know I used to work in prisons
so-
and jails? I know all the tricks. If you hide something in the room, I can find it. I'll go up in the ceiling and the recessed lights. I'll look everywhere. I'll look at the jamb of the door everywhere. Yes, I will. I'll look in the cushions of the couch and make a little slit and put it in there. You can't hide nothing from me. But when I hide something, I don't go so hard. I do the whole time. You never knew. And I didn't even plan this for the show.
Why would I look over there, lads?
That's why I know you. Why would you look over there?
Why would I look over there for tea?
When you clean so thorough. I don't know anybody who cleans like you.
Why would I
but
look?
I put it right there in front of your face.
You are so.
You were fooled and you didn't know it. And
I'm fooled.
I would have never.
Fooled.
I showed it to. I did this during the show to show you that I can hide things, and I'm so hooked on the tea. Really, it's about me. That flavor of tea. She knows I like it, and she do me like Scooby Doo. Like she give me like that one. If she had it in her possession, like once a week. Oh, here's 2 cups of tea, whatever. And I drink the other ones. I love the other ones, but that one there, nah. If you have that tea, I'm gonna steal it. I gotta get it. I gotta have it. That tea right there. Let me see. When you boil it, tea bag. And nothing else.
You boil it?
Well, you know what I mean. You boil the water. You know, I'm so excited. I'm talking crazy. You know, I mean, like when people have orgasms, they say stupid stuff. You know what I mean? So that's a culinary orgasm to me, right? But you boil the water, you put the bag in, let it seep, and that's the kind of tea you can drink it hot or cold. But when you drink it cold, that cinnamon in there and that spice in there is so sweet, like sugar, but there's no sugar. And you could drink that thing cold.
The cinnamon.
Yeah, but that thing is no, man. You didn't even know. Right there next to me, right next to the window on my other green screen, right up under the hat. I said, let me put this here. She sees that there's a pad, everything's over there. And on top of that, I might take a picture of it and put it up in the community section. Yep. When the show's over, I'll do that. And you're bedazzled. Look at you. You're shocked. Like, this fool got me. He fooled me. And when you go to sleep, I'll go into the bedroom. And this is what I do, right? I'm going to tell you all my tricks. I go into the bedroom, and like when I open the door, because these are some heavy security doors inside this apartment, I go inside there and I'll check her breathing. Like, if you're breathing like shallow, you're going to wake up, or you're not deep sleep, you know. But when you start, I mean, she don't make no noise, but it's just that distant thing, like cars on the highway far away. But then you sleep. But if I don't hear you breathing and it's shallow, I give her 30 more minutes. Then I check the activities of a day. If she was up there for 8 hours on the property doing stuff in the hot sun, it won't be long before she's in deep REM sleep. I got this thing down to a science. Now, she's not going to stop me from having a tea, but she knows that I will go crazy on it and have 10 cups of tea and knock down the bag of tea that I have. I got that bag. You know what? She's going to try to prove this is going to be an ongoing saga because she's going to try to get that tea and hide it, and I won't get one for the next week. Nah, she knows where it is. I'm going to do something with that. Even I have to hide it outside for a time.
That's because when it's done, it's done. It's so
Listen, I'm not a criminal, but I spent years with people who were residences and different various degrees in prisons and jails, and I know me some tricks. Trust me. Sometimes you got to feed something, make you see it, and then you pull back. And sometimes it's junky. Look, sometimes look at my bag here. This is my little bag here. It's one of my bags. I have different size bags depending on what I'm going to shoot. Yeah. Huh? Say it again. Yeah. I'll put something in the bag. That's just his camera bag. Tea bags in there full. Oh, it's a Harney and Sons. No, not horny, like me so horny. It's HARNEY. Harney and Sons. I will take a picture of it. Let me see if I can take a picture of it now and put it up in the community section so you can see it. That's why we have community sections. And I got 4% on this phone, so I better hurry up. Let me do this. And this phone it malfunctions so much. Okay, let's see. Let me take a picture of it first. Give me a few more words before we go, because we're going to wrap down.
What mess.
You're still shocked. Look.
Lance is such a mess.
The bag. Harney and Sons.
You are a mess.
Hot cinnamon spice, y'all. Yes. Hot cinnamon spice. The smell of it.
And you know what's so funny? I think I ordered like 6 bags of those tea, and it's like 50 come in each bag. And trust me, Lance is the one that
I could do that in a week.
You look around and they all gone.
That's my weakness.
Telling you.
Hey, look, you got me hooked on this crack.
He can drink it because I love to bring home a lot of my tea from the property. Like I said, the blue vervine and the lemongrass and the susunbird leaves and all that good stuff. I like to take all those things home and boil them. So I have a lot of it that I take home and I dry and put in brown paper bags. So I could always have tea, because I love to make a lot of tea. And then I just, make the big pot of tea, and then I just bottle it out and put it in the refrigerator. It doesn't last long. Lance need
long around me.
A big freezer to freeze all them juice, so he could always have tea, because he'll drink. If you put 20 bottles in no time, you look around, they are going to be gone.
Yes,
Lance is going to drink them up. Because, as I say, he never used to want to drink tea, but now he'll drink every tea that you put down. But tea is good for you. Like I like when I go to bed at night, I have a nice cup of hot tea. It's very good. It really helped me, and I do a lot of chamomile tea also. And I plan to say I'm gonna plant some of the chamomile. I have some seeds, and I want to grow it, so I could always have those to make my own tea instead of buying chamomile. I'll make my own. I just plant my own and always have it. So these are the things that, and even if you're in an apartment or a small place, you can grow these herbs and stuff in pots. The blue vervine is easy to grow, and once you start growing, it pops seeds everywhere. So you're always gonna have it. Even if you have a small yard, you look around and you see a lot of blue vervine popped up because the seeds popped out, and you have it in pots, then you're gonna have it. The lemongrass is easy to grow. Some people in Florida have the susunbird bush, gully beans, whatever. I'll take a picture of it when I go back to the property, so you can see. Those of who don't know what it looks like, what it is, I'll take a picture of it there, so you can see it. And different things you can use. So many things out there we can use to make tea, or we can eat it, and we don't even know that is healthy for us. But you know, as we do videos and stuff, and you know, we go to the property and things that we plant, I'll show you, and you know, all the different things. We want to do all the different things. So, you know,
I'm about to drop this. Keep talking. I'm about to drop this in the community section.
You can go on the journey with us, and I think Brother Lance probably soon wrap it down. I know I'm getting ready. I'm winding down.
Give me two more minutes. I want to be on the show when
getting
this
ready to go
up.
to bed, and you know, it's so nice to have my brothers and sisters here, and we all can talk together and you know, do these things together. And if anything that you want us to do, you can, you know, send us an email and let us know that talk on this topic, do, you know, this, and, you know, whatever it is, you can let us know. We are here, and we are listening to you, and we always, it's just a pleasure, you know, just having you all here, you know. It's just a beautiful thing.
We're not going to enjoy it. We're not just going to enjoy
brothers
this
and sisters out
by ourselves. We're going to share it. Yes. But also go to the community section. I had it's a little wrinkled though. The bag is
yeah, because you have it all folded up and all that stuff, you know.
But I put 3 pictures up of the bag, the front of it, and the back that has websites and addresses and everything, and where you can call. And I think the Harney and Sons is a UK thing. I think, I'm not sure, but it's where you can get it from Millerton, New York. They have a website, www.harney.com, but all of that is on the in the community section, so you can just, you know, check that out. You know, I get to put it up there right now. Leave a comment. I stashed it because it's good. It's good. I'm telling you. Now I got to worry about her getting her hands on this. Now I got to find a different. I got to have a different.
You see, he didn't even think about me. Like,
you don't look just like me.
She needs some of this.
No, but
or whatever.
You don't see. You want you to flip it around on me.
I'm gonna flip
you
it
made
around
me an addict. You made me an addict. Now you're gonna complain because I'm smoking up all the tea. You did it to me. You turned me out.
Hide it.
You said it. Proof recorded. He wasn't really into the tea when you know, when we first met, and I got him into the tea. Now you created a monster. You got to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Can I get an amen, y'all? Y'all see how good her cooking is? You can see it without even tasting it. And those who have come around and tasted it, they will vouch for it. She got me turned out like that. Then she come bringing some tea. Just come bringing some tea. All these fine teas. Not, look, I'm a basic dude with tea before. Give me some Lipton, you know, the black tea, whatever. Just throw some sugar there and I'm good. But this stuff here, and that thing roll around on your tongue and you taste the flavor. Now, look, I love the other teas also. I love them also. But this one here, this is a special thing for me. Yo, I had to hide it.
It's just the best because you know what? When I make the other
I revealed it. I could have not said anything.
When I make the other tea, like the one with the the hibiscus.
Trust me, Indigo King, you're gonna be hooked on this.
The hibiscus.
I'm smoking tea, Oyala.
The lemongrass and the sesame leaves and all that. When I made that tea, he come calling me because after I done the tea,
I'm gonna take a picture of the hat
I put lemon juice also in the tea. He said, "What did you do to this tea? This tea is so good." Because you know why he comes saying that to me? Because he know he drink them all up. That's why he comes saying that. Lance is a mess. He's a mess. But you know, as I say, it's such a pleasure being here tonight on the show with you. And you know, I'm here. Sometimes I get tired. I come home and I'm getting ready to go to bed.
You gonna come on the show sometime. I go back there looking for you. You back there snore. Well, you don't snore, but you back there like a little kitten.
Maybe I snore sometimes if I get tired. I don't know. I don't know if I do that. But you know, when you're tired, you know, you go to bed, you take a nice shower, you just have a cup of tea, you just want to go sleep, you know, get your good night rest and all that stuff.
I took a picture. I took a picture of it. Exposed under the hat, but you wouldn't see it. So I'm gonna put that up too.
So I'm just saying much love to all the sisters and brother out there tonight. Y'all have a beautiful day, night, evening, whatever time is it where you are. I know it's late here for us. What time is it? I know it's late.
Yeah, I told you, just come on for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
late, so I'm getting ready to
It's
wind up.
11:49. I told you to come on for a few minutes because I was a little under the weather. And you know why I feel a little under the weather also? Because that dust storm. I think that dust thing is coming back over here. You know, so I was a little congested and stuff like that, and I didn't get any sleep last night. But that's why I said, listen, you got to come on with me tonight. You know, and I think it's just more organic. I'm going to take a picture. I have a little stand over there with my art, my pads and stuff like that. And I had a little SCURV hat over there. It's all beat up. I don't really wear it anymore, you know, but you can see the T peeking from under it. But I had it completely pushed up under the hat, like locks pushed up under them big hats. A lot of the you know,
I would eventually, you know what, as a matter of fact.
No, I wouldn't have left it out too long.
No,
I wouldn't have left it.
No, but by tomorrow when I'm cleaning, I would have
it bothers you.
No.
It bothers you.
No, it doesn't bother me. But tomorrow I would find it. When I start cleaning, I would find
you like that detective who always busted people. I'm in your neighborhood selling drugs all these years.
And you know that I always busted it because when I do, I will put it up on top of his decks and then he'll come out and say, oh, you got me. You got me. Oh, you little rat. You got me. You know? Oh, gee. I'm telling you.
I'm going to tease you too. I'm going to say hidden in plain sight. Mrs. SCURV couldn't find my stash. Oh, I get down with the stash now. I know what to do. You know, back in New York, if I had to hide some food, I'd put it on the roof because it was wintertime.
What are you hiding the food for?
No, well, actually hiding certain things from my daughters that I didn't want them to get to because they would do me the same way and eat certain things or cook up certain things. Like, okay, you ain't gonna find this. But didn't we buy it? I was searching all over. It was up on the roof. I didn't say that. They never knew. Wait, you went outside. Where'd you hide it? So yeah, that's how I do. I get down like that. I get down like that, y'all. You don't want to mess with me. I'm gonna put this last picture up on the community section. Here it is. Bing! It's there. Go ahead. Look at the hat. And I pulled it out to the side, but I had it pushed up under the hat. Mrs. SCURV is feeling so defeated. She's like, I'm going to amplify my search tactics here.
Okay, my brothers and
one
sisters.
One question before you go.
What's the question?
Mrs. SCURV, what's hibiscus tea good for?
You know what? Hibiscus, I learned that hibiscus is good for you to drink. It's good for high blood pressure, and it's also good for diabetes. That thing is really good. I mean, really good. It's good for you to drink it. And we will.
I'll tell you how, Tracy. Just let her finish talking. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's that thing, man. It's really good. And whatever else I learn about it, I will let you know. But I know even I learned from the teacher lady that lives beside us in Jamaica. She even told me about that it's very good for cancer, certain kind of cancer you have. It's very good for it, and man, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm telling you, when I drink that thing, I feel so good. It's a really good tea. So you could check it out. You can get it to buy on Amazon too, you know. But it's when I say it's good, it's good. It's the little package are not. It's not that expensive. I don't even remember how much I paid, but it's really good. So you could check it out. Really, really good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to put any sugar in it because it's not every tea and all that stuff. Even when I was in Florida, we make all this tea and it was without sugar. So you could check it out. Just try it. Just try to see if you like it. But it's good whether or not it's good for your health.
I would drink some a little bit because this might be the last time I see this bag.
It's really good for your health. So try it out.
Yeah. We're gonna get ready to go. I just want to tell Sister Tracy how we get to the community section. There's so much stuff going on YouTube, and I promise to to commit to do more. I don't know how it shows on the phone, but like on a computer, and it does show up similar on the phone. If you go to the actual LANCESCURV page on YouTube, where you see LANCESCURV across the top and LANCESCURV Live and stuff, and you look down below, you'll see home, you'll see videos, the words across right up under the bottom. You'll see shorts, you'll see live, you'll see playlists. And sometimes because of the size of maybe your phone, you have to go on those and slide it over a little bit. Home, videos, shorts, lives, playlists, and then community, and then membership, and channels and about. So when you go hit that community page, the stuff that I post up, sometimes I try to put up the videos we're going to do ahead of time. But like a lot of times when I make the video, like, or show created like 30 minutes before, I'll forget to do it sometime, human error. And a lot of videos, I want to put up every video there so it'll come up on your feed. You see what we're doing, but I put those pictures there for that also, different polls we're going to do. I want to be more active that way to bring not only just more attention to the channel, but to engage even when we're traveling. Mrs. Scurv doesn't realize she has a couple of pictures up on the community section when she was sitting down talking during our walk and talk at, what's the place there? Plant Ferry? So you didn't see that. I'm gonna show it to you.
Plant Ferry. Oh yeah.
Earlier today. Yeah. You'll see that later on, family. See here, look.
Oh, okay.
See you there? I put 4 of them. Now, one of them had your eyes closed, right? You see, right? You'll see those on the community section too. There's a couple. That one there looked like you straight drunk. So I mean,
why would you put it up there? And then you're talking about I look straight drunk.
No, but you were talking. People know that. People know you don't walk around.
So
look, that one doesn't look bad. You see the part of the camera, and we were at this place called Plant Ferry. And we were in there with the plants, and Mr. Scurv was in heaven. For real. I was in heaven too,
I love the plants.
But I had my camera and I had my little stand. I'm always ready. And like I said, I promise. And we had some nice comments on this too. Look at that. Let me see. Can't wait. Nikki P, Master Glam. Yes, always excited. Keto. Yeah, Keto is a beautiful power couple. Thank you. Patrick Gilbert said, I'm ready. And Sister Oyala put some smiley faces up there. Yeah. So anytime we do a little walk and talk, or we have maybe something unique there, I'll sneak some pictures in there. But we got to wait for this thing to be done. Right now, it's at 12%. Took 2 hours to get 12%. So you know what? We're going to let this computer do its work and cook up, go to sleep, wake up. It'll be ready to put. No, seriously, it takes a video file. Like that was a long.
Y'all gonna love that because the place is beautiful with the flowers. The plants are beautiful. It's peaceful. I mean, they have all kind of plants there. I just love the bamboos and all the different palms and different flowers. I'm in heaven. When I'm there, I'm in heaven, and that's how I want my garden to be. Just like when I was in Florida, and it's gonna be more than Florida, because Florida is I have a lot of my plants in big pots and all that stuff. So having a garden, a big garden.
What's up with you, Kwame, with these farts and peeing and all this stuff, man? You into something kinky or something? What's up, man? No, go ahead. I'm just messing with them. No, but I'm just looking in the chat room right now. So
it's just peace. You have that peace of mind, when you're outside. Man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. The plants, and you see fruit trees bearing and all that stuff. Man, a couple of days ago, I went to the property and I have a couple June plum trees, and they're getting big. I plant those in I think 2021. I plant those small little plants, and I wasn't going to the property as often, so I didn't even get a chance to take care of them, give them water and all that stuff. At the time I was going through a lot, so I didn't even have the interest to go and take care of them. So some of the things die, and some of them came, and the June plum trees is one of them that came, and a couple of days ago, and man, I always touch them and call them my girls, because they are girls, because they bearing fruits, so It's
You
beautiful.
know, usually when a woman says, "These are my girls," something else.
No. It's not like that. They know exactly. Yeah, my brothers and sisters here, they know exactly how I talk and what I'm
No, I
saying.
know. I'm just
And,
messing with you.
You know, yeah, those are my girls. Those trees, they bear fruits. They bear fruits. And the male doesn't. What male tree you see grow fruits? You know,
I didn't even realize that there were in certain species that there was a male and then the female,
Yeah.
and they grow close to each other. And
yeah, some of them, like the papaya tree, you know, when the male, it just keep blooming flowers, but it never bear fruits, you know. So they don't do fruits. So
Yeah.
those are my girls. So I saw the Jew plum tree putting on some beautiful flowers, getting ready to bear, and I was so happy because I was watching the tree and I said, look at the arms and the fingers. And that finger, what happened to that finger? It looked like it got bruised a little bit and turned brown. And when I look up and I see the flowers, that was so amazing. My eyes popped wide open and I was so happy, you know. So the plants bring me joy, bring me peace. So
you get a little flashback to Orlando.
Such a beautiful thing.
You get a little flashback to Orlando.
Thing. Yes.
Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah, we played a little bit. See that big
That's before we painted the house.
Yeah, see that butterfly up there? Mm-hmm. That lasted a long time because I used acrylic paint.
Wow.
And so look. See, I know where to catch her. I'd wake up, go in the living room, go in the kitchen, look at the other bedrooms. I'm like, she's not even in the backyard. I say, I know where she is. I had to walk up on her.
You are a mess.
I had to catch her. Seriously. We give you that little visual treat before we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at her. The same way.
Trimming up my bougainvillea.
Yep.
That thing spreads out so much. It's amazing.
You're going to knock yourself out. You're up there all the time. So I know that's right.
Yes.
Turn this down.
But I'm going to say good night to y'all because it's night here. For me, it's getting late, so have a beautiful night, evening, day, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. And
we're 5 hours ahead of East Coast.
Enjoy your time and get some good rest and take care of yourself.
It's only 7:01 over there.
Yes, much love to you all, and I'll see you all soon. Take care of yourself.
Definitely. All right, much love, everybody. We'll let this roll, and I'll cut it off. Let me see. It's not too long, so you just get a little visual, you know. So here we go. All right, y'all. Much love. We're coming back tomorrow. We're gonna have this next walk and talk up at some point. For me, it'll be ready probably around calculating. It's gonna take a little while. This one's gonna take a little while because this one's longer than the other one. So I'll probably have it up 12 noon Eastern Standard Time because I know it's not gonna take all the way till 5 for us over here. It might be a little early. We can't even say a time. But it will be up tomorrow, and when you do see it, I'll drop it in the community section. I'll drop it all over the place. We'll drop it all over the place, put it that way. But the community section is where you'll find, all the things that we're doing. So keep checking on that. Leave your comments and different things, and we can continue talking there when the shows are off, So anyway, much love to you all. Take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
John Hawkins showed up in our country, telling us of a land filled with luxury. He said, black man, follow me to America. There you'll find more gold for your labor. Our foreparents were tricked onto his boat. Since that time we've been wrestling with the gold. We landed here in Jamestown, Virginia, 400 years to suffer. So my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is black man hell. When the slave master wanted to have some sport, he would heap on our parents cruelties of the worst sort, burn them at stake, hang them on trees. His ears were deaf to our parents' pleas. Though you were pregnant, black woman, you pull the plow like a horse, like a dog, even a cow. He filled your womb with his wicked seed. His half-white children you were made to breed. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell, white man heaven is a black man hell. So-called Negro, open up your eyes. Black man everywhere is on the rise. He has kicked the white man out of Asia, and he's going fast out of Africa. With every ounce of strength and breath, his cry is give us liberty or give us death. The whole black world has their eyes on you to see what the so-called Negro is going to do. So my friend, it's easy to tell, our unity will give the white man hell. God made a promise to Abraham, his seed would be a stranger in a foreign land. They would suffer and be afflicted 400 years, but he would come and wipe away their tears. Our God and Savior, Allah has come. He has declared the white man's day is done. He has given us a divine messenger, one prophesied to come. His name is Elijah. We now can stand up, the whole world to tell. Our God has come to give us heaven and take the day to hell. Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition, stripped of our names, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion? Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly. Before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China he took silk and gunpowder. From India he took jute, manganese and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast he took barrels of oil untold. Raping, robbing and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes and slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. With tricks and lies he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the world's most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. Oh my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is black man hell.